Welcome to another episode of the Market Makers in Middle East and Africa podcast. I am your host Abrar Hussain. Today I speak to Sevgi Gur, CMO at Propertyfinder. Sevgi, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sevgi, very interesting profile, Chief Marketing Officer at Propertyfinder, one of the largest real estate firm in the region. Tell us about your story.
So my story is quite a simple one. I started my career in Unilever. I spent considerable time learning Kotler marketing, so to say. And a time came and I decided that, I need to focus on more digital marketing. I did an executive MBA in INSEAD. We have something shared here. And then I joined MasterCard. I stayed in MasterCard a couple of years. Then I moved to OSN. I work on the OSN Plus launch. It was just the COVID time and everyone was keen to watch content. So it was really fun project for me. And then after OSN, I had this opportunity and I joined Propertyfinder because I like the problem they are solving for. And I like the company's vision. And I'm super happy to be there now.
Perfect. Tell us a bit more about Propertyfinder. As you mentioned, what is the grand mission and the vision and what you're trying to do?
Amazing. So Propertyfinder is a typical passionate funder-led company. We started our journey at 2005. Our founder, Michael, came to Dubai and see a big opportunity where the real estate transformation was happening, but there was not a proper solution in the market for people to find the right home for them. And this is how he started the company. Our mission is the same. Our biggest goal is really to empower home seekers to find the right home for them. And home buying or renting, it's a very complex decision. I'm sure you experience yourself. I experience myself. Most of the people, they come to Dubai as an expat. There are lots of information that you need to gather. And we have one real solution for them where home seekers can come and find all the right data and information so they can make an informed decision about their most probably the biggest important decision of their life.
And now Propertyfinder is a very common name in the market and with people. What marketing strategies kind of Propertyfinder to be a kind of one of the largest real estate firm in the region?
Of course, a brand will be meaningful as much as you can really deliver on your promise. Everything we do starts with our product. Our product has only one goal: to make our home seekers, help them to make the right decision. When it comes to marketing, my goal and my team's goal and the people before me, they did the same thing. How we can really communicate that information and the tools to our users in the best possible way. And the second aspect, due to the nature of real estate in UAE, there is still lots of challenges when it comes to trust, right? We do lots of consumer research, and one of the big pain points in the real estate, the trust level to the industry is relatively low. It is sometimes because of the agent behavior, sometimes because not having the right information. So everything we do in marketing, we try to anchor how we can build that trust with our users. And there are two ways to build the trust. One is, of course, you need to have the right solution for them. And the second one is how we can talk about the emotional aspect of that decision, because real estate seen as a very transactional decision, but actually it is not. It's an emotional one. So we always try to tap into that emotions that our users are really looking for when they look for a home.
Perfect. And how do you see the overall market in UAE, got changed with this digital transformation? Having a right place, providing the right information, connecting the buyers with sellers. So how this has impacting the overall market?
Okay, that's a very good question as well. Interestingly, real estate is a legacy industry. There are lots of still human interaction. And of course, as a portal, we, with the technology that we have, we would like to make that journey less painful and more seamless. After COVID, the biggest change, till COVID, it has been happening, but COVID accelerated that change. And after COVID, the biggest change we see, people are more open to use technology, right? Because a traditional consumer journey. You will go knock the door, you will organize the viewing, you will get the appointment. If you think about it, it's lots of effort from the user. So the biggest expectation of user today, how they can use technology to eliminate some of the steps in the journey. So we for example, recently introduced a tool called Data Guru. So if you go to a listing on Propertyfinder, you will have all the insights at a unit level. What is the transactional information? What is the community insight? Is there a close by school? So all the things you were supposed to do with a physical viewing, actually with technology, now we can provide you that comfort from home. The second big change we see is the mobile. So historically, we used to have 70% of our users using web as a gateway to our platform. Now, mobile usage increased 3-4 times before COVID time. This is the second one. And the third one, there is more interest, again, from consumers to use technology and interact with less human beings. So ideally, they want to interact with human beings towards the closing to the transaction.
Wow. Now, tell us about a campaign that is very close to your heart and which has made a huge impact at Propertyfinder.
So all of my campaigns are very close to my heart, but I'll tell you how we generally structure our campaigns. Before running a campaign, we always go and ask consumers what they want from Propertyfinder, but what also they want from real estate in general. We have a recent campaign. It is already on Sheikh Zayed Road. Maybe you will see it. We call it We Open Doors. And it is very close to my heart because one thing when we talk to our consumers, we realize that Dubai is growing in a place that we can't even keep up. There are so many new communities coming. There are so many new projects coming. And sometimes we get confused, right? Which community is the right community for me? Where should I invest my money? So with this campaign, we would like to make a call to action and we start talking about communities. And because most of the UAE communities are also gated communities, so you never know what the community offers. So we work with lots of content creators. People also live in that communities, and we created lots of content about that communities. And we would like to find the things that most probably no one knows, but actually makes these communities unique. And this campaign is live at the moment, and we are getting lots of attraction from our users, which shows that we are on something.
Perfect. Yeah, I saw that, by the way.
Yeah, amazing.
Now, Sevgi, coming to the innovation part, marketing is all about innovating, but at the same time, you have to keep the brand messaging consistent. How you manage these two things, while innovating in your marketing strategies, but at the same time, keeping the brand image consistent?
Amazing. That's a great question. And people always ask me when I talk about marketing, like, what are the things you need to change? And I always ask myself and my team, what are the things we shouldn't change? And there are a couple of things we shouldn't change, and it will not change whatever happens in external view. In Unilever, we used to call it ABC of communication. A stands for attention, B for branding, and C for communication. Very simple framework. We need to be always true to our brand. And every brand has certain things they can do and they can't do. As far as you respect the brand, then you can do anything. Where innovation comes in my marketing thinking, attention part, how we can get the attention of consumers. Because today, I think only every consumer has 1,000 brand messages they expose in a daily basis. So then you need to innovate on a continuous basis how you get the attention of consumer. But when you communicate, you should be true to your brand. And the best example is the luxury brands, right? If you think about luxury brands, they always innovate, but they always keep some of the fundamentals the same in their communication. So my mission and my direction to my team, we can innovate as much as we respect to the brand.
Perfect. Now, data plays a very important role in all the industry. How important is data to you in marketing, and how you use data to kind of streamline your strategies?
Okay, amazing question again. So we are a platform, we are a tech platform, so we are very blessed with data. We have millions of data points that we can look and make our decision. And we are very obsessed with data as a company. We have a principle, data beats opinion. So as a company, not only in marketing, every decision we make, we need to look at data, and we need to have a data as a proof point. But what is interesting for me when it comes to data is not enough. Data is a commodity. What is the insight that you can derive from that data? Mm-hmm. So we have dedicated team members in our teams. Their only role is really to collect all the data points from different sources and translate it to the insight that we can use. So this is what we do internally, but this is not enough. We also go to the external parties. Every year we do 3, 4, 5 different consumer survey research, and we also collect qualitative data and insight, so that we don't only look at the numbers to make decision, but we also hear them out. And this is one of the reasons when we launch a campaign, there is always a human insight behind the campaign thinking.
Mm-hmm. Now, apart from data, I think one of the most talked about and technology is AI and machine learning, which is is changing all the industries. Now, how do you see AI and machine learning change marketing going forward? And my second question is how this will change the platforms like real estate platform like Propertyfinder. What impact will AI have on this?
So that's very interesting, because I am reflecting a lot on that one. Machine learning, one way or another, we really start using it many years back. The algorithm that we use in our platform is one form of a machine learning. And today, Propertyfinder use lots of machine learning when it comes to informing that decision for home seekers. Because what is the role of a portal? We have millions of visitors every month. We have so many data that we can aggregate and create some insight. One use case that we use, and it is something I am super proud of, we have a product called Super Agent. Similar to Airbnb Superhost, we have the Super Agent badge on some of the agents. When someone goes to Propertyfinder platform, if the agent has the Super Agent badge, it means this agent gives a better service than other agents. And how we create that product is completely based on algorithm. There are certain parameters that we believe makes a good agent in the market, and by using all the data points, we create that product to be able to serve our home seekers better. For marketing, I am even more amazed the possibilities, because data is commodity. Now creativity become commodity. In our last campaign, most of the assets that we use, we produce 200-300 different assets. Wow. We use mostly artificial intelligence. Today, we don't do dubbing in the old terms. We use artificial intelligence to do dubbing. Of course, we are a multi-market brand, so we have lots of local dialects, different Arabic. It will be impossible for us to have every dialect in our creative, but thanks to AI, we can be creating more like locally relevant assets. So there are lots of use cases in creative world. And most probably Propertyfinder is one of the pioneering of using artificial intelligence use cases to optimize the development of creative, but also making the creative asset locally more relevant. So to answer your question, the biggest impact of artificial intelligence, it will help us to create a high quality, locally relevant marketing campaigns in a much more cost effective way and faster than in the past. This is the first use case. And the second one, thanks to artificial intelligence, in the past, creative was very expensive, right? You will be able to create something amazing only if you work with the global agencies. It's similar to Netflix, right? Yeah. Netflix came and they disrupt all the Hollywood paradigm. I think artificial intelligence will give us access to creative tools that we never imagined in the past, and it is just amazing.
Wow, yeah, it can do a lot of things, and which will be definitely a boon for a lot of industries.
Yeah, definitely.
Sevgi, another question. Now, Propertyfinder operates in a lot of diverse markets,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
think UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Egypt, KSA, which are very different, and very diverse, right?
Yeah.
How do you market your properties differently in different markets?
That's again very good question, and it is very, how to say, controversial topic. We have a global approach, and what is a global approach? Stay global when it comes to your brand promise, but localize it in a way that makes sense for the user. If you think about the big brands, Amazon, Coke, Nike, these are all global brands, but when you look at their experiences in different markets, it is generally the same experience. So we have the same approach. We produce everything centrally. So if we are going to do a brand campaign, if we have a message, we just develop it from a central perspective. Localization matters when you land it in the market because, as I said, in Middle East there are so many different Arabic dialects. You need to respect that language differences. Or there are certain ways of people want to see the users, then you need to respect that. So we keep the message the same, but delivery of the message, we try to take into consideration the language of the country, culture of the country, and all the other sensitivities.
Now, Sergi, coming to another very interesting topic, which is the real estate market in Dubai.
Yeah.
So what's happening? It has been, very big growth in last many years.
Yeah.
And how do you see the current market and how do you see next few years?
So I wish I have a magic ball to answer this question fully, but I can only talk about what we see in the numbers, avoiding any speculation. So real estate doing really well last 2-3 years, we all know. And sometimes people ask, is this a boom? Is it gonna come and go? And there are a couple of things for us to reflect on that. First of all, Dubai is doing such an amazing job when it comes to structural changes. Let it be golden visa, land ownership, many changes. This structural solutions and the forward thinking approach is really helping to attract people to the country. And the second one, it is giving confidence, whether you are a foreign investor or someone working in here expat, the confidence level to the future of Dubai and UAE increased dramatically. So it's very difficult to say how many years it will continue, what will happen tomorrow. But one thing we can all say that Dubai is now emerging as a global city, competing with London, New York, Amsterdam, attracting a quality type of talent. And I believe that this is gonna set the country for success in the future. And this is not only maybe even Dubai, UAE trend. If you look at Saudi, if you look at even Egypt, urbanization happening in a pace that we will never imagine before COVID. So all these indications show that this trend is here to stay for a long time.
Wow. You mentioned about other bright